Dear Kent and the friends from our city science labs from all over the world, I'm very sorry that I cannot join you in person in Andorra. So today I will do my presentation together with Professor Jarmo Suominen in a hybrid way. Here in Shanghai, we are now focusing on design and data-driven hybrid community building as a methodological approach to echo the complex socio-technical system challenges. And we are developing a larger language model for social innovation as the infrastructure. One of the key tasks in this ambitious plan is to digitalize design behaviors into corpus that can be called by AI engines. As the first attempt, Kang Yi, a young researcher at the Tongji University, developed an ARGC robotic arm system which can perfectly learn and generate Jarmo's iconic drawing based on prompt in different formats. And we successfully released this project last month during the World Design Cities Conference 2024. By the way, David joined the same conference virtually in 2022. But the most important principle of this project is we emphasize the collaboration and the co-creation between human and AI, rather regard them as the competitors. Learning and duplicating much more complex design behaviors through AI and explore the new ways of interaction are our next research agendas. I stop here and I'd like to invite Professor Jarmo Suominen to introduce the project in details. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lou, and thank you, organizers of this event. And it's great to be here again in Andorra. I'm going to show you one project, like Lou was mentioned, one-day work, with quite many aspects. And as we are from design school, we think about how to design, how to use AI as a tool, how to use robotics as a tool for design. And what are the design kind of behaviors? What is behind this? So this was done in one day with the help of AI in the event. And as I mentioned, the design behaviors itself create the corpus, the framework for how to work with this. Here are some examples. In order to really make this drawing happen, what are the drawing techniques, styles, materials and tools used, problem-solving approaches, decision-making process reflections. All these need to be taken into consideration beforehand. And what happens then in the site, that we have quite a big audience actually giving real-life input. And what happens in that one day was totally improvised with me, AI, and with the audience. There was absolutely no sketch beforehand. It all emerged before our eyes. And as I mentioned, we need to think about how to work with these tools. And why we choose this kind of element to work with is really about the engaging communities. So with this, really the ultimatum or the opportunities that I could work with each of you. Each of you can reflect your own values through AI, and with that machine, we can work with the robot and create that in your front of your eyes. So first, I will go through these kind of design behaviors, sketching and drawing techniques. We needed to teach the first AI and then the robot to draw something meaningful. This was my last year drawing 1 year ago without AI. We used that as an example, how the robot can draw smooth lines. Then, what are the styles and aesthetic choices? How we actually can work together, how human can work together with AI to create kind of coherent piece of illustration, art, if you wish so. So we create the algorithm and teach the AI to actually imitate my language, not because of my drawing style, but in order to enable us to work together. And all these background images are totally created by AI. You might notice from the detail, but otherwise the impression is even fooling me. So it looks like me drawing there itself. Then how to use the robots, how to actually choose the material, the ink, the elements to make the drawing smoothly with me or with any person who do that. And how to actually create the speed, the accuracy, and also the timing so that we can really work together, not only me, but the audience, the stakeholders, to create something together. Piece of collaborative art And there are actually, you see from down, even the pressure of the pen. And this comes close to this kind of haptic interfaces. So we want to understand how to create this smooth interface with all the possible technologies. Then the problem-solving approaches. How can because again, all this happening one day. How can we solve these problems with the use of AI in a way that we actually can create something focused in the goal? How to actually create a system that enables us to iterate, to change, to try different things in real life and in front of a live audience. This canvas, by the way, was approximately the size of this screen. And so the event was quite a lot of like you see right now. And we use this system of stable diffusion first to learn the language. And then so on, to think about how to change the vector image, the pixel images, the vectors, in order to robot to continue the drawing. Then how to make decisions, what goes where, what are the questions I ask you, what are the things that we need to take into consideration, what is the framework of these conclusions. And well, here's the setting. So you see that we actually need to have the ongoing prompt engineering there all the time. So we ask questions, we iterate, we talk with the people, and all this happens in the front of this audience in real life. And as I mentioned, in one day. So it actually creates quite a big test of this, testing these design behaviors. Can we push this through with this somewhat simple kind of drawing with quite many, in a way, consequences of the work. And then is the feedback. As I mentioned, it happens. It's not a project that I get the brief, we do the drawing. It's a continuous interaction. So how to actually incorporate feedback there? There's two projects that we did. The first one was in the school with the teachers and school students. And second one is this with the live audience in the conference. And as you might guess, so there was all the time, whenever the robot or me drawing something, somebody was saying, oh, no, not in that way. Or this is the better way to do it in another way. So actually, this teaches us a lot about these design behaviors. What are the ways we need to develop the system? What are the ways we need to actually develop the framework of this kind of process in order to really cope with all these new challenges? And so what is the impact of all this? Why to do all this? As I mentioned, the community engagement really is one of the biggest impact. So in early works that we have done, even in one street in Seafair Road in Shanghai, so when the kids are drawing something in the utility poles, every single time when they pass by with the parents, they say, I did this. So it's really about community engagement, about social learning, sense of belonging, and even sense of becoming. We did this together. And all these works are part of the research to understand this interaction, especially in this case, understand how to use new technologies, AI, to actually engage not only me or you in the front row, maybe next rows, or maybe 1,000 people together to create artwork in truly collaborative ways. So here are some of the things, like I mentioned, the engagement, sense of belonging, empowerment, ownership. I own this space. I'm part of this kind of a creation. Sustainability and long-term impacts. So we think about this idea of hyperlocality. Really create people that they be not only engaged, but more proud of the environment, more kind of self-aware what's happened there. And collaboration and co-creation in true sense. And so social innovation. So we have done this kind of test phases, even in bars or clubs in Shanghai, and see the impact of how people communicate, how people talk about the kind of the shared histories in that places. And here is the thing, and I think it's quite interesting experiment to try new technologies kind of for collaboration, co-creation, and community engagement. And in a way, I think within this summit theme, transformative communities, it's just one way to think about how community transforms itself, how the community, with the tools of human, with the AI and robot, can actually create something together which is totally unexpected, totally co-created, and totally collaborative. Okay? I think this is my time. Thank you.